let's talk about anti-vaxxers. Everyone's favorite people. So anti-vaxxers, we've harassed anti-vaxxers for a long time on this channel. I mean, some of the first podcasts, that's all we did was talk about anti-vaxxers. Pretty sad. It is what it is. But anyways,
start harassing me then.
What? Okay, no, these are like...
You want to start harassing me then?
We've harassed not coronavirus anti-vaxxers. I mean, we have. But
okay.
actual...
I'm like, if this... Okay, I was like, government, I'm here! Hit me up!
The problem is, there's two types of anti-vaxxers now.
Pretty good.
The problem is, there's two types of anti-vaxxers now. There's corona anti-vaxxers and just general anti-vaxxers. So they just hate them all together. And, well, this one is a prominent anti-vaxxer, gave out his phone number at a rally because he has nothing to hide. 2 days later, he's begging people to stop calling him. This is karma. I don't believe in karma, but this is karma. Right?
Yeah, you play stupid, you're gonna get... Play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid results.
Like, I wonder how many phone calls this guy getting. Let's read this. Conspiracy theorist Chris Sakwa goes by the pseudonym Chris Sky. Spoke at an anti-vaxxer rally in Toronto on Saturday. Sakwa gave out his number to connect with people who have resources to help his case. Oh, Sakwa told people who called him with stupid questions to go get vaccinated and do us all a favor in a Twitter video. Wait, a prominent... Wait a minute. Now he's telling people to get vaccinated?
What?
What? Look at this. He said, go get vaccinated and do us all a favor. What the... So you're telling me this guy, he was tired of people asking him questions, and so he gave up on trying to, like, I guess, defend the illegitimate facts of the anti-vaxxers, and he's just like, screw it, just get vaccinated. They're good, I guess. Now, okay, so, Buck, you can agree, though, that vaccines, if we exclude COVID, are good for people, right?
The only one that I would say right now is not going to be something, is because they're starting to get funky with that one, too, is the flu shot. Because
the flu
COVID
shot.
is technically... Yeah, the flu shot's not... It's obviously, I would say, it's personally a lot more safe than the COVID shots.
Always question
10 times out of 10, but since they're both technically kind of flu viruses, they're saying that the flu shots themselves are starting to get a little funky.
Well, I'm getting the flu shot. Screw it. I need it. That's what I'm doing Saturday. I call it the floozy shot now. What it is. I mean, truth be told, the flu shot is always a hit or miss on whether or not it's actually going to protect you from the flu that year. Because that's just the nature of viruses. So there's not much we can do about that. But we do have another anti-vaxxer story to talk about. YouTube is banning anti-vaccine activists and blocking all anti-vax content. I mean,
can they do that about political content too? That would be a really great thing.
They do.
For both sides, and no, they leave up one side. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Full blockage, not just one side. If you're gonna block one, you got to block the rest.
Yeah,
that's the part that's BS.
Yeah, they don't block both sides. They block the right side.
I got to turn on my beer lamp.
Ah, the Corona lamp.
Yes.
Oh my God. You need to... It just... It's so damn bright in the screen. Ah, that's a bit better.
Oh, just lights up Corona.
Yeah, you had a nasty lens flare from that thing. That was more of a glare than a lens flare, I suppose.
just
glowing light of Jesus. Let me see if I can turn on. Oh, that's kind of nice, I suppose. Doesn't do a lot. Oh, I didn't turn my plant lights on today. Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Here, let me...
What?
Here, let me help you with that.
What is happening? I'm scared. Oh no, the TikTokers. Oh no.
Actually, that changes the camera glare a lot. I didn't think that.
It went from now it's blue instead of red. And then the camera, it didn't adjust that time. It keeps it as red.
Oh jeez.
Now you're just blue. You're Smurf.
And then the golden lamp. It's still gold.
Yep. Your camera's hating you right now. It's like, what are you doing to me, Buck? Please stop.
Oh, now I can't decipher who wants to be cool or warm.
It's like, help. I mean, green it's in between. So honestly, this is probably your most balanced light besides just white. So I've replaced all the bulbs in my apartment with cool LEDs because I was not
There you go.
Yellow's
not bad.
It's green is green. Well, Phil and I talked about in one of the podcasts. I don't know where Phil is. Yeah, he died. So, the green. So green. When you get to green, you kind of get a spike in all the other colors as well. This is why you can't get any green stars. Is because they're kind of just white. Because you just get every other color as well. So you don't get green stars, unfortunately. I don't, which is interesting because glow-in-the-dark stars are literally just green. I mean, you can get other colors, but they're mostly green. So that's...
Okay, that sign that lady is holding right there, though, that is the biggest reason why people are not taking COVID ones. That's why that one's a big one.
Wow.
Huge.
So it's just what is it? I understand. What I don't understand is like, what are people looking up, and is this information true? That's the problem.
The main ones that are huge, I don't know about that. All I know is that you can get, like, especially for the COVID ones themselves, that I can't name any specific sources because it's been a while since I've given a crowd about any of this. I just basically let it go. I'm just like, I'm not. Why bother? Because if you raise heck about it anywhere, someone will get mad at you, and if you bring it up about someone who is against it, then they try and give you a whole bunch more information. It's like I just don't care. But I know specifically, at least about some of the COVID stuff. A lot of the higher people up that are helping part of that is like Bill Gates and all that stuff. They are crooked sons of guns. I will tell you what. They have a major role in some of that, and testings of all that stuff, it's sickening. FDA takes like 10 years to approve any vaccine or something. Yeah.
Normally, yeah.
Everyone, yeah, it takes like 10 years, and they passed this thing in like 3 months or something.
Well, we all knew that was going to happen.
But it's like, absolutely not. If there's stuff that's why half those other ones, that it's kind of like if they've been tested for generations, or at least somewhat of a degree like that. And then this is just obviously thrown out there. Yep, this will cure it. This will help stop it. It's like, no, not happening. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and that's the problem we're gonna run into is that people. This is the first thing we've ever done with something like this, and so obviously, yeah, there should be concerns, but at the same time, you don't question your phone.
Huh?
Your phone gets tested for a year, a few months, and this thing could blow up in your pocket and leave you crippled for life.
You're not wrong.
I mean, and so, yeah, a vaccine is a little more, it's a...
I'd rather have no leg than be a vegetable.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's like technology has gotten to a point where people don't realize just how fast things actually happen now. And a vaccine being made overnight, yeah, we've gotten there. We can do it. It's just
but for something this big, there's some sketchy stuff going on for this one.
Yeah, the problem is if we had taken our time and done what we did with everything else, there was no point to make a vaccine. Because by the time we made a vaccine, it's going to be like the cold. Or The real,
It already is the cold. That's the other problem. Everyone else is getting mad. It's like, okay, then where's the cold? Where's the flu? Where's the chills? Where's chickenpox? Where's all that? Where's all this now? You broke your foot, but I'm going to need to run a COVID test for sure.
oh, well, that's just because, well, if you give it to a healthcare worker, well, she can give it to everybody else. That's my problem. That's why I want healthcare workers to wear masks. Which is why they will probably never get rid of the mask mandate for healthcare workers, at least not for a long time. And that's why I want my healthcare worker to be vaccinated, because I don't want to go in, because like I was at urgent care for a concussion. I don't want to go in for a concussion and get COVID because they didn't take the necessary precautions, and I'm sick and I have to miss work because some.
But then this is the other thing. What's the difference between them walking in there without the mask back 4 years ago and someone had the flu? What's the difference?
Well, one's a lot more contagious.
Everybody's gonna. Yeah. Well,
that's the problem. That's where
everyone reacts different, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The problem is COVID is so new, and it's also just extremely contagious. It's so much more contagious than the flu, than the cold. The only other disease a lot of people can compare it to for contagiously is smallpox. But that's still orders of magnitude more contagious. And that's
a lot of the effects that have gone on, and I ain't no health expert, but everyone that I've at least has known that has gotten it, the reaction to it wasn't anything severe. Like, they obviously some of them did get sick, like they were gone, but it was like they had the regular flu where you'd get, like, you feel like crud for absolutely like 3-4 days. I guarantee you I had it, which then turned into pneumonia. That one like cracked my ribs from the amount of times I coughed that week. I was gone from school for a month, and that was before all this happened. So I guarantee you I probably had it. But now all this stuff is, yeah. Well, it's guaranteed that was somewhere around that time, because people will be going into the doctors and they're like, "What? I have the flu." No, you don't. It wasn't registering coming back as that. So I guarantee you I had that. He just told me I had pneumonia, which was obviously whatever, but that's kind of like the after effects.
Mm-hmm. When did you get the pneumonia? If you got it in that January, I could see it being COVID.
Nope, I got it in the October. I got it 2 months before.
Kyle got pneumonia in October as well.
I officially got. I started, like, I didn't go to school starting like the 7th or something. I came back on the 14th after a week. Like, okay, I wasn't like feeling better, but it's like, okay, you gotta at least go in and pick your stuff up.
Yeah.
And I went outside with the band.
And you died.
And that was one of those mornings that it was probably only 40s, lower 40s, actually mid 40s to upper 40s.
And you weren't ready for it.
No, my lungs were so bad. Like, I was just hacking. I'm like, Luke, I got to go inside. I go in there, and I end up leaving after lunch or something. I leave, like, either after that period or after the next one. I go to, again, Link or whatever it was that night, and the doctor literally sat there and stared at me going, "You did what today?" Like, this man's thinking I should be laying collapsed out in a hospital bed, and I'm just sitting up with him talking. Like, I had my entire right side, all 3 lobes were just caked. And he's like, "How on earth are you not, like, crippled in a hospital bed right now?" Just like gasping. Like, I don't know.
You are young, so.
It was, but my grandpa actually just got one too, and I think he only had on his right side 2 of them filled. He got some sort of one of the pneumonias, but it wasn't COVID. It was just pneumonia.
Yeah. So yeah, Kyle got pneumonia about that same time too, and it's there are theories, yeah, because like a lot of people are getting pneumonia around that same time, and you know the thing is we have no idea. These viruses, there's so many of them, and some viruses, like there are viruses that they go undetected, and we only detect them in bacteria because, well, they don't create antibodies in the human body because they don't do any bad. They just come in, they replicate, and leave. They don't blow up cells. They don't disrupt metabolic processes. They just come in, hijack a cell for a little bit, replicate, and leave. They don't spread and start causing problems. COVID could have been like that. And then a cell makes a mistake, And now you have a virus that's infected millions, probably billions of people. And now we have things like this article where people are concerned about the state of, well, technology.
Georgia.
Well, yeah, that is Georgia. And I think part of the problem is people are just, there's too much information and people don't know what's right and what's wrong. And then people, I think, have too much distrust.
Oh, there is a lot of distrust going around. That's like the biggest thing is everyone, like I've been going into the subway or whatnot the past few days. Well, when I do go in there, it's that one that's at the U stop right off the interstate.
I just went there today.
Yeah. Wait, the subway or the gas station?
The subway.
Oh, who was behind the counter? Was it?
I have no idea. Some guy. I don't know.
Was he tall?
No.
Like really tall?
No.
Chunky.
Yeah.
That's I think that's Andreas. I know everybody. I know like basically besides like the 3 people on the night shift, I know everybody in that thing. I have 3 of them on Snapchat. The really tall dude is actually a streamer too. Kind of fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and the distrust, that's a failure of a lot of places. It all spirals back to the failure of institutions. And COVID has done a great job at showing where we have these gaps. We clearly have gaps in education. We clearly have gaps in just, the systems that make life easy for people. And, we talk about how bad it is, but it's not. In comparison to other parts of the world, our institutions failing to give us accurate information about one thing compared to, like, let's say if we go to India or Nigeria, the institutions don't even exist. And if they do, you have to pay the guy, the fee, to say, let's get your driver's license. It's $25. Pay him $25. And then you got to pay him $100 so that it gets done before it expires. Because they don't care. It doesn't matter. And so if you want something to get done, you got to bribe him. And people are like, oh, how do you know, doctor? I had a professor who was born and raised and lived in Nigeria, came to the United States. I don't know why, but he did. Came to the United States. And he told us his stories. And he's like, yeah, place is it's crap. So, we have these small failures here. Well, go to Nigeria. Those institutions don't even exist. And if they do, you got to bribe your way through. So, yes, the U.S. probably has the worst institutions now in the entire developed world. But at least that they exist. And when they do work, there's something that you can rely on, and they are good. So, yes, there are some issues, and we need to get those fixed. And COVID has done a great job. I think the furthermost, and something that the Dr. Sheep channel is wanting to do, is education. I want to make sure people get the correct information, get the right information, and it's unbiased. Obviously, I'm a human being. I'm biased, all right? Everybody knows how I feel about anti-vaxxers. Everybody knows how I feel about the COVID vaccine. Okay?
How do you feel about the COVID vaccine?
I mean, I don't want to start a fight. Just get the damn vaccine! If you die, well, you were going to die at some point anyways. I got the vaccine, I'm fine. Honestly, my flu shot's worse than when I got the vaccine. And it's funny. All the people that get the vaccine and that didn't want it are the ones that end up getting the side effects the worst. And I'm like...
That get the stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
So, like, people that didn't want to get the vaccine, they're like... And now they're getting forced by the government to get one. They're getting horrible side effects. And it's like... There's a lesson to be learned here. Someone like me who literally I wouldn't be a part of the first set of testing. I don't feel like getting a blood clot and just dropping dead. No. I'll pass on being a first round tester. But I wanted to be first in line to get the damn thing the minute it came out. I didn't want the Pfizer. I want the Moderna. The Moderna was more effective, but I ended up getting the Pfizer anyways. But it's whatever. Actually, I wanted the Johnson & Johnson one, but
that one got pulled from shelves.
It started well, they still use it as an emergency. And honestly, I thought, like, why don't we just not give it to women? Obviously, it's not fair to women, but at the same time, well, it only killed women, so just don't give it to women. It's just make it or women on birth control specifically. Okay? I mean, obviously, certain people already can't even get vaccines in general, so it's the same thing. It's not like you're discriminating against them. It's just
they'll turn it to make it sound like it, though.
I know, but it's not. It's scientifically proven that you probably shouldn't have it. But it was a 1 in a million shot. You have a better chance of winning the lottery than that. So, yeah, 1 in a million. But obviously, if you're a woman, so if you're a woman, so now it's a 1 in. So now it's a 50. So, now it goes from 1 in 6 million. Sorry, now it goes from 1 in 1 million. Now it's 1 in 500 million. And then if you're a woman on birth control, I don't know how many women are on birth control in those first 6 million. I'd have to look at the statistics. Now went from 1 in 500,000 to even greater odds. So I can definitely see why you wouldn't want to get it. One of the things that a lot of people were saying that they were causing infertility, but that got smacked down. That rumor got smacked down really fast. Because that wasn't true. That got spun up, but it wasn't true. But yeah. If people, you know what? The people that are anti-vax and the people who are pro-vax, look past those differences. Because everybody here wants the same thing. And that is a better source of information.
The biggest thing that I say about any of this is, if you want to get the vaccine, go right ahead. If you don't want to get it, okay, that's your choice. That's basically all I have to do about it. Like, I don't care if somebody wants to get it or if they don't. Like, that's their choice. I myself made mine. I'm one of them. I didn't even get the first round.
You don't even have.
How do I say it?
See, the thing is, though, nothing. The government, as far as in no way, shape, or form, can force you to get the vaccine.
Nope. And if they end up doing, I will be kicking and screaming on the table when they do, because I will not get it. I do not.
Well, there's no way. They don't have constitutional powers. They barely had the constitutional powers to do what they did.
The government that's in there, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get it.
You couldn't. Even if they did, it would, even if you had the most liberal court possible, it would get smacked down. Because I was a lawyer, and he talked about this, and he says the OSHA one is technically constitutional. OSHA has the power to do these things. Now, for how much longer they're going to have said powers, it's hard to say. Because conservative members want to start rolling back the power of OSHA. Because that's what they do. And this will probably be one of the first things that get removed. And with the Supreme Court being as conservative as it is now, it is very likely that it could roll it back. It's also likely they might roll back abortion, but let's not get into that. Anyways, enough about vaccines. I don't know what happened to Phil. He died, so let's
have cookies.
Oh god. Which Halloween candy is in your state is fixated on? So what candy is the most popular in our state? Let's
crystal meth.
Hey, you can say that on this podcast. If you're gonna say it anywhere on YouTube, this is the place to say it. I mean, besides
just straight up crystal. Maybe some black tar heroin while you're at it.
Oh yeah. I tell you what, if there's any part of YouTube you want to talk about drugs, this is the one. Not because none of us take them, and not like we're encouraging people to take them, but we talk about them a lot. That and the Safety Third podcast. They if they didn't have to worry about monetization, they would definitely talk about
Yo,
it.
North Dakota, know where it's at. Know where it's at, man.
Whoppers? So yeah, let's look at this here, shall we? So we got Milky Ways in Alaska.
Dude, those things are dope.
Milky Ways. So, I have a whole thing about Mars bars and Milky Ways, but I'll get to that. So
Nerds. Nerds.
I don't understand, why are these black and these... Is it like different companies? But then...
What the hell's a good and plenty?
Oh, a good and plenty? Where'd you see
Yeah.
that?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh. I'm not sure. New
West
Jersey,
Virginia needs to die.
though. Candy corn. I like candy corn. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do like candy corn. New Jersey, though, they know where it's at. Sour Patch Kids. Let's go. Sour Patch Kids is great. The watermelon ones are. Those are my favorite.
I about said something, but I'm glad I didn't.
Okay, this is definitely the podcast. You would not want to say that. We don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, it's something involving California.
Jolly Rancher hard candy.
No, like you gotta swap it with another candy.
Oh.
I don't.
Dum Dums. Skittles. Starburst. I don't know. Starburst and Skittles and
Dude, I'm surprised Florida's not literally something that's been
Jolly
tampered
Rancher.
with.
Yeah, you can't.
Destroyed Florida people.
I'm not surprised at a Heath
Okay.
bar.
Colorado and West Virginia can just get the heck out of Dodge.
Black licorice.
Who in their right mind makes that their favorite candy?
My friend Outback likes black licorice. I haven't eaten black licorice. I've had like the what is it? The
Dude, Michigan and Wisconsin know where it's
jelly
at, though.
beans. Michigan and Wisconsin. Twix and Kit Kats.
Damn right.
Yeah. Three Musketeers. Oh, come on. Vermont. Really? Three Musketeers? Come on. You're literally one ingredient away from a Milky Way. And then you're two ingredients away from a freaking Snickers. I don't even see Snickers on here. What is this crap? Are that many people allergic to peanuts? But then they got Reese's Pieces and stuff. And peanut M&Ms. What?
Up, South Dakota. South Dakota.
Snickers. There you go. Snickers is good.
South Dakota know where it's at.
I like Snickers. Snickers are good. So, okay. So, I guess... Hold on.
Why does nerds line up with Seattle so well? Because there's a lot of tech people up there.
Wow. Actually, most of them are moving to Kansas. But Kansas is good on the peanut M&Ms. So, actually, let's talk about candy, okay? The Mars Candy Company, right? They make M&Ms, Mars bars, Three Musketeers, Milky Ways, Snickers. Okay? So, if
They
we
make
look
Snickers?
at the... Yeah, they make
I didn't know
Snickers.
that.
Yeah. So, let's look at the difference between these candies, okay? So, M&Ms, they're pretty much just chocolate and candy coating. Okay, so they're just chocolate. And then we have a Three Musketeers. The only difference between a Three Musketeers and a
M&M.
M&M is literally they have no candy coating and they have nougat. Okay? The only difference between a Three Musketeers and a Milky Way is one has caramel. Okay? Only difference between a Milky Way and a Snickers is one has peanuts.
You want a Fig Newton?
I like Fig Newtons. But track my logic here, okay? I figured this out like when I was like 13, and I was like,
Good old Fig Newton.
okay. And then let's look, okay. And then a Mars bar is nougat, and then a Mars bar. I will never understand what the point of a Mars bar and a almond Snickers is, because an almond Snickers and a Mars bar are the exact same thing. An almond Snickers.
Mars bars have almonds in them?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A Mars bar, as far as I'm aware of, is chocolate, nougat, caramel, whatever you want to say. There are two different things, but it's caramel. It's not caramel. Caramel is just pure recrystallized sugar, as our caramel has milk added. Anyways, I got into candy for a while. I was very interested. But anyways, a Mars bar is a Snickers but with almonds. And then there's a Snickers almonds, which is just a Mars bar. And I'm like, what is the point of a Mars bar if you make a Snickers almonds? Is it so that they can sell more Mars bars?
Yes.
Because people like Snickers and they see, oh, it's a Snickers with almonds.
Okay.
But
I really am scared to do what I'm about to do. I've been working on a truck. Well, this has been like a week project, and I have yet to ever test it in games. So we're about to see if this is gonna break my game or not.
Break.
It likely will. It very much likely will. I would not doubt it in this.
Break. So anyways, okay, back to the candy logic here. So okay. So it's an interesting conspiracy theory. I think they're using the Snickers almonds to sell more Mars bars. They are different though. They're bigger than a Mars bar. And Mars bars aren't popular in the States. They're popular overseas though. But anyways, let's look at those other Mars candies. The only difference between those candies is literally the one ingredient per thing. If we go up that ladder and go down the ladder.
Yeah, but I think the big thing that you're missing there though is you got to think about like McDonald's Coca-Cola versus anyone else's Coca-Cola, whether it be bottled, fountain.
Well,
yeah, okay. But McDonald's Coca-Cola tastes different.
Well,
you cannot erase the facts.
I haven't had a McDonald's Coca-Cola compared to a regular Coca-Cola in probably a decade, half a decade, probably about 7 years, so it's hard to say. A third of my life has gone by since I've had probably a McDonald's Coke. Anyways.
You are a sad, strange little wagon.
Well, I stopped drinking soda. A lot of sugar. Anyways, so, but back to this candy thing. I was just like, it's all just Three Musketeers with extra stuff. So if you want the best of all the worlds, get a Snickers. Actually, nowadays, I'd probably get a Snickers almonds over a regular Snickers. It's hard to say. I really do like almonds, though. I have them in my lunch every day. But I also have peanuts in my lunch every day because I have granola bars with peanut butter and peanuts in them. Yeah, if any person ever has my lunch, my lunch is probably deadly for some people. I've got some people aren't allergic to apples, so that's probably pretty hypoallergenic.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, you have to be pretty allergic to apples. So the apple juice in the apple, you'd be okay. But my sandwich, it's got cheese in it, and it's got whole grain bread. It's multi-grain, but whatever. So if you're allergic to gluten or dairy, that's gonna kill you.
Dude, having a friend with that's lactose intolerant, it's really fun until they come skirting around the corner like Dale Earnhardt Jr. or the 350 small block that's been straight piped.
I knew a kid who was who was allergic to peanuts, and I'm like, do you want me to kill you right now? I'd whip out my peanut butter and jelly sandwich I was eating at lunch. I'm like, I can kill you with this. I can just touch this to your lips and you die. I hold power over you. That's the thing. Like,
do you want to get striked?
Do you want to die? Or like, the greatest thing was we weren't allowed to eat peanuts in the ag classroom because there was a kid in like 7th or 8th grade at the time who was deathly allergic to peanuts. Like the dust alone would just kill him. And I'm just like, it reminds me of the Diary of Wimpy Kids, where they would
I'd
like,
be really sad that that kid could never even go to Texas Roadhouse.
do they use peanut oil?
No, the whole floor is just caked in peanut shells and dust.
They would die. They could,
He'd be walking into a landmine.
they couldn't go in the Loma Bar either. That's just caked in peanuts as well. They would
That place is out of business. Last time I checked.
They go in and out of business. It's interesting how that's an interesting business model. Very interesting business model.
Yeah, we're just gonna go out of business for about 3 months.
All right, then
Isn't the brand? Hang on, isn't the Branchtook Marina the same way though?
probably. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that one.
We should.
Well, it's out of my way. Actually, everything.
I know it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Not when you worked at the Coop.
The coop. Yeah, I don't miss the coop. I miss the morning. I miss the morning air. That was nice. But I don't miss it. I miss being outside and that kind of stuff, and being able to just wear a t-shirt to work. But other than that, I don't miss anything else. I don't really miss handling the dangerous chemicals. I really don't. Although I think my new job might almost be more dangerous because I could get shot or robbed. You know, it's a bank. Only thing stopping somebody for coming in and robbing the place is them being everybody. Oh man, if someone were to ever rob a bank, I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking like in a movie. So like people come into the bank. We have a dual lock system, so they come into the airlock, and we're just like, "What are you in for?" And they're like, "Oh, if you're a bank robber, I'll just be like in the movies. I'm here to make a withdrawal." And then stroll in, freaking whip out the gun, and it's just like, "I'm here to make a withdrawal." I don't remember what movie is it. They do. It's just this. The robber comes out. "I'm here to make a withdrawal." Put the money in the bag. All the money in the register. Come on.
If a dyslexic person robbed a bank, they'd be like, "Aaron the Hands, mother stickers. This is a cup."
Oh no.
Aaron the Hands, mother stickers.
Yeah, but I hope I never get robbed the entire time I work at a bank. But damn, if somebody were to rob, you better come in and be like, "I'm here to make a withdrawal," and then aim and then have the gun in your hand. Like,
not gonna. Does that place actually have a vault?
Every bank has a vault.
That building is it below it?
I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose that information, but probably.
Because that is a small bank to have a vault.
It's not. Well,
that's a pretty small bank.
Yeah, I mean every bank has a vault though. I mean the thing's got 3 floors to it.
Yeah, it's probably downstairs. There'd have to be because there's no way in heck the way they have to make those things.
Every bank's vault is usually downstairs. Usually. I know the Valparaiso Bank vault is in the back.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Well, while Buck robs a bank,
they were out of money.
Damn. What'd you do? Clean them out? Somebody beat you there?
Put the money in the bag. Put it in. You're facing the wrong way, sir.
Put it in the bag!
Will that be from your checking or saving? Checking. So we are showing a balance of $0.00 in both of your accounts. Next.
Yeah, we're not allowed. So if anybody has a backpack and we don't know them, we tell them to leave it outside. So even if you were to rob the bank, you're not gonna be able to hold your money.
Oh, back when they still were doing the mandates and whatnot, and I was still kind of like somewhat complying with the mask stuff.
Well,
I went in. Well, yeah, I thought Lincoln dropped theirs at the end of the month.
No.
Lincoln's literally the only one that still requires the mask. Like it's partially stupid.
Well, even then, the bank, we will literally not let you enter the premises without a mask. And we won't give you a mask because we don't have any to give out. So
Well, that's kind of stupid.
which is interesting because at some point you were never allowed to enter a bank with a mask.
Yeah, I had those, and I went into the one that's in Havelock. I forgot I had my sunglasses on and the mask on. They're like, "Sir, can you please remove your glasses?" I'm like, "Oh shoot!
Yeah,
I'm not here to rob you. I'm not here to rob you. I swear."
Yeah, you gotta remove sunglasses and masks. Yeah, those are Otherwise, it's like, yeah. Then we gotta get you in the pit, in the video.
In the pit.
Yeah, we gotta get you. We gotta get your photos. So we know your face, so we can kind of maybe. Yeah, you know what? The biggest lie you ever told is that criminals get caught, and that like the police will whip out the CSI kit.
No, you know what they do? They actually do with the one guy who had to describe the suspect on the thing. He looked like freaking Robin Hood. So this is the guy.
Yeah.
Got a face. His chin comes down to a point.
Yeah. Yeah. Criminals don't actually get caught in the real world. They don't. Some do because they're stupid. The only reason why criminals get caught is because they're stupid, which is why they're criminals in the first place.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm a criminal. I just robbed a bank. Oh.
Hey, you guys do you guys go 911, what's your emergency? Hey, do you guys know how legal is meth? You called us to ask us if meth is illegal. Well, yeah, I thought if anybody might know, it might be you guys. Is this somebody of Chestnut Lane? No. I'm just out here and there's nothing here but just me cooking meth. All right, Daryl, we'll see you in about 20 minutes. All right, see you guys soon.
Yeah,
That's the best phone call.
I know it's fake, but yeah. Anyway,
illegal is meth. You call it the police department to ask how illegal meth is.
Oh.
Because it's freaking Florida.
No, but how did we go from candy to bank robberies?
Because the candy turned into some sort of drug, and then which turned into masks, and then the banks. No, they went to vaults, and then vaults turned into robberies. So
yeah, right. You just randomly asked me about a vault. That's what it was. Cause you did this.
Yeah.
Cause you.
I was just like, you're like, well, yeah. I'm sitting. I'm like, that building is like, I was like, does that building even have a vault?
Well, you have safety. There's safety deposit boxes and everything.
See, that I can see at least. That would be more logical for the size of that one, kind of like the post office in Valds. Like you go into the first door and then there's just the wall of the post boxes. Well, I could see that, but it's just a lot more secure. No,
that's a vault. I've gotten a glimpse of it. I need to get. They haven't let me in there yet. The other new person, she's been there a lot. I'm like, but she also has to know how to shut it and stuff. So,
those are big doors. What's the whole? I can't remember. Wasn't that vault door that's in the Marcus Theaters? Was that place a bank, or was that put in there from a bank?
I've heard it was a bank at some point. I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
That's a big bank.
Well, I mean, it was downtown.
Still, that's a big bank.
I mean, there was a pretty big bank that failed in the 90s here in Nebraska. And actually, my great-grandpa, he lost a bunch of money. Back in, it may have been the 80s, actually. It was a long time ago, and it made him distrust the bank. So he put all his money in his mattress, pretty much. So, yeah, there was a pretty big bank. That might have been it, honestly. Hard to know. But I should have asked you to bring some of your comments to read, and we could laugh at them.
Let's see. For the 15th time today. Hi. When can I have your stuff?
Oh, okay. But like, don't you have like other funny comments?
Let me check here.
Well,